only Pop Rock Radio. Estás escuchando Jamie Roxx de Pop Rock Radio. Manténganse al tanto.
Hej, det här är Hits från Sverige och ni lyssnar till Pop Rock Radio med Jamie Roxx.
Hey everybody, welcome to the show. This is the Pop Roxx Radio Talk Show. I'm your host, pop art painter Jamie Roxx, and this is the big show. You found it. You found it, baby. I'm so glad you did. So are advertisers. I am super excited tonight. We've got a returning band on the show. They've been on the show before. We all had a real good time. And I think we're going to tonight too. They've got a new album out. We're going to play a couple of new singles, and it's just fantastic. The fine folks over at the one member of the band who isn't here tonight is the one who hit me first. He goes, "Hey, we got a new album dropping, man. We got a new album dropping. You got to check it out." And so I said, okay, I know I got their link and email. Let me go over here to email to check it out. And I went to my email. There's the press kit from Curtain Call Records. And so I'm like, wow, I guess great minds think alike. And so I checked it out. Very impressed. Very impressed. Anyway, the name of the band is Changing TYMZ. And it's spelled all cool, Led Zeppelin. And it's just very awesome. It's very awesome. Looks like we lost Joann there, lead singer Joann, but she'll be back, I am sure. We'll just keep on going. So guys, you started working. You were telling me, Tony, that you had some pretty serious health stuff happen. You got that all taken care of. And then you started on the new album? Is that pretty much how that worked?
Actually, we started the album last year in about September, so we probably had about 1 month's work into it before, I ran into some health issues. It set everything back about 3 months, and I finally made it into the studio. I think it was the end of January, was it, Brian?
Yeah, I think it was in January.
And it was probably my most, I don't know if paranoid's the right word, but I've been playing drums for a long time, but like after going through a pretty amazing surgery, I was just really worried how it was going to go, and especially like being in there and having surgery. I wrote a song when I write drums, I usually have it behind my drums so I can see how it's going to play or whatever else. But when you're laying in a bed after having your surgery, you can't really do that. So you just start writing out your notes on paper. And, oh, that looks really cool. You don't think about how it's going to sound or how hard it might be to play, or even worse yet, how hard it might be to have someone like Timmy try to put a guitar on it. But I laid there and I wrote these drum lines out and organized them. And I had some ideas from another guitarist that we had previously worked with, but I organized them. And then even worse yet, I ended up putting words over them with some kind of, imagine a drummer talking like I do, trying to sing a melody over this bizarre drum line that you can't see how it's going to sound until you're able to play it 3 months after you get out of the hospital. So that all happened. And going into the studio, I was nervous. It was the most nervous I've ever been going to the studio. But everybody seemed to be real happy with the way it came out. And that's where the band picked up from and where this new album kind of came from. And we got all those tracks recorded, like Brian just said, at the end of January. And everybody worked real hard. That I'm so proud and thankful to have the individuals that kind of backed me up, because I put a delay on everything with what happened there. And that we got it all done and getting the stuff out now. We got the artworks done. Everything's ready to rock and roll. We're with a great label, great people with John and Brian, and that's where we're at.
Absolutely. That's a good synopsis. That's a good catch-up. And first off, I'm so glad everything went well health-wise, and I'm so glad the band vibe went well also, because you just never know. Little hiccups in the road sometimes can shake things up a little bit. And I've seen that happen before. I'm glad that you guys are all professional. You're not a bunch of 18-year-old kids. Joann might be, but everybody else is professional. You've been through this stuff. Not that, as a band, that's what I'm saying. Very cool. And I think the timing is fantastic. I'm no expert on these things, but we're heading into the holiday workup, and I'll tell you what I like to do every year. And at least for my close friends that we have here, Everybody's got the Christmas stocking up. I always buy everybody a couple MP3s, and I print a little thing, and I put that in the Christmas. Check your email under this title. You know what I mean? And
All right.
yeah, it's
Oh,
nice.
that's cool.
Yeah,
That's
it's
a really
not
good idea.
It's not that expensive. But it's memorable. Yeah, I do that a lot. We used to make mixtapes when we were kids, when we were younger.
Boy.
Now it's streaming mixes. There you go.
Playlists and
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I really like the direction. I like the direction of the first album, to be honest with you. Shark Attack, what a track. What a track. I love that track. It's one of my favorites from last year. And I think these two singles that I've heard that we're going to be playing tonight are right there on par with it. These are fantastic. Very, very cool.
Oh, thank you.
So you guys
Thank you.
planned for the whole album and then just got a little break to kind of let the stew cook a little bit on it, right?
yeah, we put together, I finalized the schedule of how we're going to release everything. Actually, today, on our conference call with Curtain Call, and kind of laid out. So we've got a second single coming out, or another single coming out October 31st, which will be Come Back to Me, and then another one. Oh, good grief! It was
Nice.
December 12th, and then the full album will be released in January on the, what did we say? Oh, the 23rd. So we'll release an additional single that day as well as the full album.
Very cool. I'm glad to hear the Halloween release. There's just something that works with Halloween and rock, hard rock and metal and the like. It just that's peanut butter and jelly. You know what I mean? It goes together.
Oh, yeah. If you were going to release
dig it.
something. Yeah, if you were going to release something.
Yeah, heavy metal and an Easter release. Nothing against Easter. I'm just saying it doesn't roll off the tongue as well, unless the Easter eggs are exploding or something. Might be something there. I don't know.
Hard-boiled Easter egg fight? Is that possible?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Scrambled eggs.
I want to watch that. Scrambled eggs. I like that. Very, very cool. Well, that's awesome. Let me ask you guys now. I know you guys are all in that Ohio River Valley area, from Columbus to Pittsburgh, and all the train stops in between. Here we are. We're on the downhill side of September. It's definitely fall up there for you guys, right?
We're in extended summer right now.
Really?
Yeah, it's been 88, 89 degrees all this week.
Yeah,
and they're
summer
saying
and
it's not
fall
going to
fight
stop
with
for
each other.
Yeah.
That's crazy. So none of the leaves have started changing or turning or anything?
No, I got already. My yard
Really?
fills up with leaves, yeah. I live in the bottom of a valley, and if I wouldn't rake leaves, they'd be like 2 feet deep in my backyard. Like they come up, they'll cover, like they blow around in the back of the house. It's amazing.
Oh, yeah.
I have a leaf mulcher, and it mulches. I think they say 8 to 1.
Yeah,
maybe
that's
10 to 1.
fantastic. That is fantastic. I'll tell you, I use leaf mulch myself. We have a big mango tree, and it drops. It's the only thing in Florida that'll drop leaves. And I don't use them in my front yard necessarily because everybody can see the front yard. So I actually spend the money and get regular mulch out there. But that's not true. I get it from the city. But in the backyard, I use those leaves. The paths in our garden everywhere that I need weeds not to grow. It's leaves. And yeah, I'm not spending that much.
I can set you up, man. I fill up like 50 to 55 bags of those things with mulch leaves, those big paper bags. When you mulch the leaves and fill them up, they can weigh like over 50, 60 pounds. And I get right in between that same amount, 50 or 60 bags. So I'm looking at probably 7,000 pounds of leaves is how much I got to try to get rid of everything. It's already starting out there. It's being in the bottom of the hill. They all come down, and it's.
I don't know if that mulch cover would work where you're at, because I'll tell you, I don't know if you guys get these. I lived in Michigan, and people in the wintertime would get what they call voles real bad, just a little mouse that goes under the snow and makes these kind of snow would all melt, and you'd have all this network of tunnels all over the ground where they've eaten all the grass away. And we don't have that here because we don't have any snow or anything like that. That's crazy. Here we are on a rock and roll show, and we're talking about mulch, folks. Jesus Christ, what the hell's wrong? We're old. We're old, I'm telling you. Anyway. I gotcha. Yeah, it's a crazy scene. I like, not to justify bad behavior, I like gardening, folks, and I'm an old man now. The reason I do, sometimes in part of the day, I've got so many things going on, I need an hour or two of mindless work, mowing the grass, whatever, where I'm not thinking about anything really, and I'm just getting whatever needs to be done. That way, my brain can work on the big problems for other important stuff. Very, very cool. Now, I wanted to ask, you guys had the plan, you had all the tracks pretty much down? Just had the demo parts, right? You just had to get the full things recorded. And you're doing that at Brian's place, right?
Yeah, we finished that. Oh, good Lord. When did we send it off for mastering? I'm losing track of time at this point.
It was a while ago. But yeah, that's how we did it. Yeah, they would send me the guitar tracks, and I would write and record drums to that. I have a little system here at my place.
Nice.
And then I would send the drums back to Timmy, and he would mix them in and send them to Joann. She writes the melody, sends it back to me. I put words over it, send it back to Joann. She puts the words into the melody, and then in the meantime, Brian's been doing his bass, and the second guitar player's doing his parts, and then we're figuring out the leads. And once the song's all put together and we know it's going to work, then at that point, I can go over to Brian's and record. But I think we had finished recording, doing all the rough recordings right before I had that issue. Everybody was at least able to work on their parts while I was down for those couple months. It still held things up, but yeah, that was a great process, being able to do it that way. And that's the first time we were able to do it, getting the drums down like in a pre-recorded or pre-production kind of thing. And it gave everybody the chance to work and write on things. And if I needed to change something, when I would go to Brian's to do the final recordings, I can change it there.
Nice. And the reason I wanted to point out that, because it's such a good way to do it, is there's new bands. I don't want to make the mistake of saying young bands necessarily. There's just people getting started or coming back into, they're trying to get something going. And my advice to anybody, no matter what you're doing or what you're trying to do, is to find someone who's doing it real well and take notes. And one of the great things is you guys all have a place at home to work. When an idea pops into your head at 3 o'clock in the morning or whenever, you can get something down. So, for all you young bucks out there and does, you want to be doing music, you might want to pull that extra shift every so often and put the money in the coffee can and get you some home gear so you can get stuff done.
Yep. And you can do it pretty relatively inexpensive. With the way things are today, it's so easy. You can go, I don't want to drop names.
No, but
Sweetwater or any place, Musician's Friend, any of those things, you can literally get on there and for $350 have a setup to where you can actually record, and it'll even come with recording software, the whole 9 yards, and you can actually get your ideas down. So it's amazing what you can do today. Hell, I remember before we had a Tascam 8-track, and
right.
Holy hell, setting it up and getting everything. And the drums had to be perfect. All the EQ, everything had to be done right because you didn't have another chance.
Right. My father was a Vietnam veteran, and one of the things he had carried out of Vietnam on his back when he came back home was a reel-to-reel, one of those old big reel-to-reel tape machines.
Wow.
And every one of my musician friends, that thing was like a 4-track or something. It wasn't anything crazy. But all of my musician friends, it was like a leggy blonde sitting in the room. Whenever they came over, they couldn't stop looking at it.
Oh, yeah.
They wanted that bad. He's, none of your hoodlum friends are going to touch my stereo. And they never did, but they dreamed about it a lot. Yeah, it's different now. It's different now. And guitar players I know, Timmy, you probably can relate to this. All the guitar players used to have 87 pedals and stuff like that. Today, that's all done with a PC or a laptop or what. You can do all those kinds of things and instead of messing around with analog gates and what have you. It's pretty cool. Drums, the same thing. But with drums, it's a little different because in my opinion, you need a setup. You need a kit. Yeah. Especially, if you're doing techno or something, yeah, an 808's going to be fine or whatever. But if you're doing rock and roll, you got to have a kit. You got to have a kit. It's just, and you got to have somebody that can play it. It's very true. That's awesome. Oh, yeah. Oh, man. I'll tell you, it's weird. I have painted everything. Like, I have painted on everything, I think, under the sun. A couple years ago, this trend started. One person had me do it. They wanted a good Christmas present for their husband, so they had me paint a Bruce Springsteen on an old acoustic guitar case for his wall in his man room. Yeah, and then all their friends saw that, and I painted Lindsey Buckingham, all kinds of stuff on. But the problem is, I got to find all these guitar cases. So I couldn't figure out where to get those. So then I called up the local pawn shop. You guys got any old guitar cases? They're like, yeah, $5 a piece. I'm like, I'll take every one you have, and went and loaded up the car. But one time I had to paint a drum kit. That was a pain in the ass. I got to tell you, because I didn't think about it till I got it actually here, and I'm like, I don't want to chug a bunch of thick paint on this and screw up the sound of this drum kit. You know what I mean? I'll be buying this guy another drum. That's no good. But I finally got it done. Jesus, I was scared.
Take a lot of little parts and pieces on drums that you don't realize until you try to take them apart.
Exactly. Yeah, I took one of them apart, and 87 pieces came off, and
holy shit, can I get this back together?
Yeah, my wife comes in. She's like, why are you freaking out? And you and the dog are in here freaking out in the street. I'm like, I don't know if I can put this. She goes, why didn't you take pictures of it as you were taking it apart? I'm like, I don't use a phone, dear. Why weren't you in here with your phone taking pictures of this? I'm going by memory now.
If you dropping one of them little lugs where the springs are and stuff and those little gizmos, that's a mistake if you drop those. You got to get them back just right. Otherwise, they'll start ringing.
Yeah, yeah, that's no good. This thing sounded great. Now it sounds
I don't mean to be laughing, but yeah, I know what you're talking about. I know exactly what you're talking about.
It's intense. Yeah. Somebody wanted me to paint a guitar one time, Timmy. The same thing. I'm like, I don't know if putting oil paint on this thing is a good idea. You know, you need to go find an airbrush guy.
Bottoms up, Brian.
We finished it.
I did, man. I completed it. That was a rough one.
Brian's got his Guinness. Timmy, you're not even drinking tonight. What's going on? He's like, nope. I'm not either. Drinking coffee. Oh, man. Yeah, I'm at that age, guy. I'm telling you. I'm at the age where I think, I fully think a good night's sleep could be sold by the gram because I would pay that for it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
That's the truth.
And the morning's the same. It's, the sleep's all gone, and I want some more. Let me call this guy and try to wake him up. No, the sleep guy. That's who I'm talking about, ladies and gentlemen. Again, telling you. Jesus. Anyway, I'm too old to be doing any of that stuff. And kids out there, you shouldn't be either. Stay in school. Do not bring it to the dojo. Keep that stuff away. It's bad news. Bad news bears. I'm too old to be doing that stuff. My heart would explode. I can't even drink like I used to. You guys are rock stars. That's why you're sucking back that Bacardi there, Tony. That's a 4-day hangover for me. after me laying down and singing songs. Bad news. Let's play a track so everybody gets a... yeah, I got one on the bar that's got dust on it. It's the first time in my life. I don't want everybody to think I'm some kind of wuss or something. This is the first time in my life that I've been able to... All of my bars up to about 10 years ago that I've had in all my bachelor pads were empty bottles. So look at what we could have had if we would have planned ahead. But now they're all full because I'm like, no, that scares me drinking that. I can't handle that.
Yeah.
It's very true. There was a time in my life where a glass was optional. Oh, tequila? Give me some of that shit. I don't need no glass. Drinking like Gene Wilder and Blazing Saddles. Couldn't even imagine that today. Couldn't imagine it. Oh.
Yeah.
You are a stronger man than me. You are a stronger man than me.
It just brings back memories. I remember my one buddy being we used to not just drink the Yukon Jack, but we used to gargle with it and then swallow it so it goes up into your brain a little better. He was so hammered. We couldn't find him, man. We looked and he got his arms, like he took his arms and wrapped them on the clothesline and he's like hanging there. He says, if I don't do this, I'll be rolling around on the ground and won't be able to get up. And he's like swaying. But we felt bad for him, but what did we do? I grabbed one side of the clothesline, another buddy grabbed, we started swinging it, man. We had to rolling around.
Like, sorry, Jeff. There is a thunderstorm coming, but I think it'll be okay. Jesus.
Yeah, he wasn't feeling good after we did that too.
Remember those parties though? There would always be some little biffy gal that would show up with a fit of aftershock or something terrible, Goldschlager or something, and you're like, yeah, give me some of that shit. I'm going to throw up neon blue. That'll be great. Jaeger was my downfall so many times. I had to get a marriage annulled in Las Vegas because of Jägermeister. Very true story.
I'll never forget one of my downfalls, man. Someone showed up to this party and they had this stuff called Schrank's Riepler Schnapps.
Oh,
I thought, I got to have some of this. I had already had some other stuff and I had a couple shots of that. And it was bad night.
Oh, yeah.
We'll leave it at that.
It's the worst. It's the worst. But so, when you're young and stuff, it's not. It's fun and you're doing your thing. And
that's all it was.
We all been there. Only once have I taken a plane ride and not remembered it. That was bad. I'm like, how did I get... Is that the Bellagio out the window? I was just in La Jolla. What happened? How did they let me on the plane? I was holding it together. Or they didn't care. Anyway, let's play a track, guys. So this is new stuff, folks. This stuff's out, right? They've already dropped, but because I know To the Well's out, and we also got Passion. What do you guys want to play first?
To the was actually the first track off the new album. Passion is a video. It was just come out, but the song actually was released off the previous album. So they both are new stuff, but as far as both being new audio and new video, To the was the first one off the new album that is called Past to Present.
I gotcha. We'll play it, and then we'll play Passion next. It's this video. You know what? We're going to play it. Let's play it, and then we'll talk about it, because I got a couple things to say about this video. Good things. But, man, this is a heavy-duty video, heavy-duty track. Here it is, everybody. This is Changing Tyms, To the Well.
You can let it show.
And we're back, ladies and gentlemen. I told you. Fantastic track. Fantastic track. That's amazing. Now, this one started out drums first.
No, this one started out, I think, was Timmy's idea. He sent me a guitar riff.
Okay.
And I think we only made a couple adjustments. I think we extended the beginning just like 1/4 of a part or something to bring the intro in. But that one's completely on Timmy. He pretty much arranged that whole thing, and then he sent it to me, and we did one little change with making the beginning a little bit longer, and then I just put the drums to it, and Joann got it and put that awesome melody to it, and it went from there.
I'm telling you, I watched the video for the first time. I'm like, what's the story? What happened to this gal? Oh my God. Felt bad. Wanted to know more. I'm like, this needs a Lord of the Rings prologue to it. It's amazing. I think that's not a bad, I'm not saying that as a negative criticism. I'm saying it as a good thing, because a track like that and a video like that, everybody who watches that, it's going to ring a little differently for everybody, from their own experiences, people they've known, etc., life they've led. And I think that's good art. You know what I mean? When everybody looks at it and they don't see just a circle in the painting, they're like, that could be a square, actually. You know what I mean? And it tells a different tale to everybody. I like that.
Right. Yeah, how that actually came about was Robert actually wrote those lyrics, and when I talked to him about the meaning of it, he's pretty much the first line is like, when you bleed into forever and nothing stops the flow.
Jeez, talking about
dealing with internal pain, and it's each day a new wound. Then a lyric says each day a new wound opens, but you can't let it show. So we have the girl there looking like she's covered in blood, but she's in the mirror just like this. I got to find a way to fix this. So that's the beginning, and then it shows what happened. She goes through being rejected by either, you can call it your husband or your boyfriend, but
whatever.
Yeah, and she's going through a rough time, and it's the story side by side along with a mountain climber who's trying to reach the pinnacle. And in either situation, whether you're striving for your goal, which is the representation of the mountain climber, or going through a rough time, you need to have something in your life, a source of strength. And the video's called When We just found a beautiful waterfall of nature, which standing at this bottom of this waterfall in that crystal clear blue water would be an awesome place to just soak up the beauty of creation, kind of help find yourself. And that's why the very last scene, it says, "Fear not the power of men." And that's where the girl, you see her, she's looking up confidently, all cleaned up. And then right after that, you see the guy, he's just coming up to the top of the mountain and looking around. So the meaning of the song is, don't be afraid of your challenges. Find a place of renewal, of meditation, whatever it is that you need, your creator.
Absolutely.
You need to find.
Everybody, anybody who's going through something, when they come to me, the first thing I always say, I learned this from my current wife, especially if it's a woman that comes to me for advice. I say, no, hold on. I got to be right on this. Are you just venting, or do you want me to solve this problem for you? Or do you just need somebody to hear it? And they usually, because up until my whole life, up until my current wife, Danny, I would be a problem solver. And I understand that pisses some women off, most women off. They don't want that problem solved.
Yeah.
They just want to bitch you a little bit. I get it. Yeah. Yeah. That's fine. That's fine. But anyway, I always tell them, I said, whatever troubles you're going through, whatever it is, try to use that rocket fuel, man. Be thankful, be grateful that you got a well to draw from. You know what I mean? Because if you're a musician, if you're a paint, whatever, you're making bread, it doesn't matter. Use that. Absolutely. I don't know the details. I imagine Hank Williams went through some stuff. He bought a new Cadillac with it. You know what I mean? That's what you got to do. That's my advice. Well, until he was 27. That advice isn't so good. But yeah, no, I think so. That's what I try to do. It's hard, though. It's hard sometimes. It's easy to say, but it's hard when it's happening. when you're lying in the hospital, Tony, and things are not looking good, it's hard to keep that
Yeah, it was a rough one.
positive attitude. But you got
Yeah.
that. Crazy. Nice. Very cool. So that's in the works too. When is that launching? Nice. Very cool. And people can access it on the website, on your main website, or will it be out everywhere, you think? Okay. That's the way to do it. Yep. That's what I try to do. If you have any podcast questions, any of you guys, we're all friends on social media and whatnot. Feel free to hit me up. And I've been doing this since 2013. I can't believe it. I might know a couple shortcuts or cheaper pathways, perhaps, is a better. They try to get you. Oh man, they try to get you. It's very true. And the weird part about any type of digital business that you do, doesn't matter what it is, you have to work with a good people for podcast hosting or whatever it is. Because I'll tell you, I started doing the podcast in 2013, and we worked through a company, and they were great while they were great, and then they weren't. And they went out of business. And I had to find a home for 1,200 episodes.
Wow.
And each one took about 20 minutes to download and upload. It was it's not fun. It was not fun.
No, that would not be fun.
No, but and it's just tedious internet work, and it just it's the worst. A 15-year-old girl could probably have done that on a smartphone in about half an hour, but for my old ass, it took months and months.
We finally got Tony into the real world. He now has at least a smartphone.
Yeah, that wouldn't even happen, but my wife got it for me for Christmas. I still have my old flip phone with an antenna.
I don't even have that. Everybody makes fun of me, and I always say the same thing. I'm like, guys, I learned this lesson with digital cameras. When they came out, they were about $1,000 a camera. Now they're nothing, but they were expensive back in the day, and I went through 7 of them. I tend to set things down, and I lose it. And I'll tell you guys. So people may know or they may not know. My wife's currently in the hospital. Went to visit the wife today, and everybody's been to the hospital before. You show them your ID, they print a little thing, and then you go up to the room and whatnot. That was great. And my stupid wallet was I'm not like I'm wearing disco pants or something, but it was too bulky in my pants pocket. So I took out my wallet out of my pocket and set it on her little hospital table tray thing that she was eating her dinner on. And when I left, picked it up, put it back in my pocket, made my way out. Didn't think about it. Got home. First thing I do when I get home, I'm emptying my pockets, taking all my frog and slingshot and everything that seems to be in my pockets, all this stuff. Guess what's not there? The wallet. I lost my wallet today. And of all the times for one to lose their ID, when your wife's in the hospital and you got to show that to get in to see her, that ain't the time. You know what I mean?
Right.
Oh, man.
I'm freaking out. I'm looking all over the yard. Her parents had I rode over with her parents, calling them. Everybody's tearing the car apart. Nobody can find it. I'm like, oh, I guess I'm glad I got to see her today at least. And I know I'm going to have this conversation on the phone with her. Dear, I'm sorry I lost my wallet. I can't come. Oh, you're going into surgery? I won't be there. I'm sorry because I can't get in. That's going to be a fun conversation to have. She would be. Don't get me wrong. She's fine. She'll be cool. But I didn't want to have that conversation. So I'm sitting here and I'm upset. I'm trying to update everybody on her. It's just a busy day. Got the show later. All this phone's ringing. So then I think. So it hits me. I'm like, maybe I just lost it in the hospital somewhere or something. Let me call the security desk there and see if they got a lost and found or if somebody's turned it. Yes, somebody had turned it in. It had fallen out of my pocket in the elevator. And
Wow.
thank God for good people. It kind of put my
absolutely.
Yeah, I'm like, I almost started crying. I was telling the security, I'm like, you saved the day, honey. Yeah, it was. I was impressed. I was impressed. So the day was saved, and that was my little. Not everything is always all bad. Yeah, my blood pressure's back down. Yeah, it worked out. It all worked out. I wasn't saving a dojo from street gangs, Tony. It wasn't anything like that. But in my own little corner of the world, it was a win. Yeah. I went to the well, and there was water in it. And it was good, clean, clear water. So there you go.
In that situation, absolutely.
I'm telling you, I was worried, man. I was worried.
Man.
Like I said, and really just telling you guys are the first I told about this. I told the family and the group, the family chat, but you guys are the first ones I said anything about it. And to be honest with you, yeah, I didn't even think till I was sitting here talking that I didn't articulate it to myself, but I think that's what the issue was. I didn't want to have that conversation with my wife. You just don't want to come see me. And oh no, what can you do? Didn't want that to happen. Yeah, and she's scared, and come on. Anyway. And the thing is, my first thought, I didn't even get that far. My first thought is they had the little printout with your picture on it. You put on your shirt with, there I was, had my fedora on. It's great. But they collect those when you leave now. And I didn't even have the printout picture. I'm like, what am I going to have to dig through the trash at the hospital and try to find this sticker? What?
Wow.
None of that happened. The universe was laughing, but it all worked out. Anyway, enough about my bullshit. This is not bullshit. This is a great song. This is passion. Now, you guys, this was on the last album, and then you guys said, hey, we need a video for this, right?
That's
kind
correct.
of how that happened. Very cool. This is the blue video. I think. Why am I thinking it's blue for some reason? I don't think there's any blue. Am I getting that mixed up with somebody? No, this is the boxer. That's what this is. It's not blue at all. It's a lyric video, right?
Yeah,
that's correct.
Yeah. Okay. I'm there. I'm seeing it right here. Very cool. Let's play it. Here it is, everybody. This is Changing Times. Passion. Zebra.
Passion is the key.
And we're back, ladies and gentlemen. We're back. That was passion. That was passion. Are you guys into boxing? I'm a big boxing fan. Are you guys? I figured you guys would all be MMA and stuff like that. Nice. Oh, I'm telling you. I'm a boxing fan. When I was a kid, I started out, we would go to those CCTV. They played at the Silverdome in Detroit. The boxing match would be in Vegas, but they were broadcasting it on a big movie screen. We go see those. Mm-hmm. Yeah, those were great. Like I said, I'm a fan. My wife hates it. I can't watch them when she's home. I can't see these guys beating each other up. What are you talking about? All you watch are crime shows where women are running over guys with cars and putting arsenic in the oatmeal and stuff. These boxers have respect for each other, at least. Yeah, oh yeah. That's how she is.
Yeah. I can't think of anybody that's ever gotten hurt. I've never gotten hurt doing it, and I still do it.
Yeah. Yeah, it's true. That's very true. And it's like chess. There's strategy and stuff involved.
Yes.
Everybody knows Rocky is a love story. It's not a fight movie. Some of the other ones were, later ones. But no, that's cool. Tell us the idea of passion. How did this track come about?
I think Timmy was the one. He wrote that for an instrumental way back in the day. And then I guess we all started working it, slowed it down a little bit.
Yeah, slowed it down. Definitely slowed it down.
Oh, gotcha. Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. Okay, Anthrax. We gotcha. Wow.
Yeah.
Nice. Art, good art. And I think this surprises people that are not creative. You start with an idea, and that's great. I hope it works out for you. But good art tends to have change a little bit over the course of the creation. Things happen. The most popular line in my studio that is uttered is, "Oh shit, I can fix this. I can fix it." And followed by a lot more cursing and as I fix it. But people don't know that. They just see the finished piece and they think, "Oh, it went great." That does happen. And I celebrate it because it's such a rarity. But there's nothing worse than having a painting all 99% finished and you smudge something. Yeah. Jesus Christ. Yeah. It's the thing that I could imagine worse. And I'm not a sculptor. My wife does some sculpting. But she's more into ceramic side of stuff. But I look at some Michelangelo's David or something. You've been working and chiseling on this thing for years. And all of a sudden somebody comes in and trips or something. And somebody's missing a nose now. Jesus. Couldn't even
I don't know if that would be worse, or if you accidentally were like, "Oh, you know what? I just got to round this off right here," and you chiseled the nose off yourself. Which would be, as a painter, what would be worse, Jamie, having someone knock the nose off, or if you were trying to fix just a little detail and you knocked it off yourself?
When it's your fault, that's always worse. Because
absolutely.
Yeah, when it's somebody else, you can get mad. You know what I mean, and jump up and down. But when it's you, oh my God.
Then what do you do? Yeah, you just have to eat it.
Absolutely. You're having an argument with your wife or your beautiful lady, and you realize suddenly you're wrong. I've had that happen, and I'm like, God dang, I got to apologize now? Oh, she had no idea.
Yeah, and usually that. Yeah. But in that case, Jamie, usually when that happens and you realize you're wrong, it's like you're winning the argument. You're like, "I'm doing so good, but I'm wrong."
Yeah, so it's pointless.
You got to drop this now at this point.
Oh, I'm telling you. I had a funny one with my mother-in-law today. We had not an argument, but just an observation. She was talking about something. I didn't hear what she said. She goes, "You didn't hear me?" And I said, "No." I said, her name's Cindy. I said, "Cindy, I'm a husband and a guy. Don't you know that we can mute certain frequencies at will? We all have that superpower. Every woman knows this. We can turn it off and not even hear what's going on." And I said, "Surely." She goes, "Yes, my husband's the master of that." I'm like, You think so, but all of our wives think the same thing because we're all good at that. It's very true. Anyhow, so this is great. So you guys, as Brian mentioned, you guys have this all. You had the conference call today. The plans are set. The battlefield strategy is on the board. That's awesome. Do you guys think after the holiday break, you guys get out and start playing on this, supporting it?
Yeah, that's the plan, is get these first few releases done. We're also going to be video, and we're going to be doing four videos actually playing the song. Those are going to be coming. That's in October 11th, I guess. We're going to be going into a big stage studio
where they have all the different theme rooms and stuff, and
so we can record some music videos to go along with the storyline videos as well.
Nice. I always thought that was the most brilliant idea. I'll see like a big, I don't know, a Kmart that's went out of business or some big store that's went out of business, and everybody's, what's going to go in there? I always think to myself, one of them recording video studios would be great in there. There's enough room for a lot of rooms. Yeah. Have different themes. I think that's a good money maker if I had the money to do it. But no, that's good to hear. That means we're going to have you guys back on several times, and we'll get Joann fixed up with it. We'll send her a can with a string on it or something, and we'll get her all set for the next time. For those who don't know, Joann and RJ are the static images you're seeing on the show here. And there was just some issues and stuff that were happening technically. It's why we are seeing them visually here. They're here in spirit. Very cool. Now, I want to mention also the tracks we played tonight, To the Well and Passion. These are both out. People can get these on all the streaming sites, wherever you get your music, folks. And we have direct band links to all social media, the bands, everything, everywhere, down in the description below here. So, and you've probably seen it, some of this floating around the screen as well. Very cool. In addition to that, we also have a link for the fine folks over at Curtain Call Records. I'm telling you, they rep a lot of cool bands. A lot of them you've seen on the show here. And yeah, they're fantastic. Check out, we have a link to their website. Go and check. If you're looking for cool new artists, why, that's their whole job, is finding cool new artists and working with great bands and stuff. So check it out. And I don't know how that's not my part of the business. I don't know how it works, but if you're looking for some cool people to have in your corner, if you're in a band trying to get something going, I don't know, go pick up Brian's dry cleaning or something, wash his car, whatever you got to do, man. I imagine it's sending a check. But get them on your side to have in your corner.
Oh, absolutely. And they're growing like gangbusters.
Oh, yeah. Everybody knows me. It's crazy. I was talking to a guy in Denver, or was it Dallas? I think it was somewhere out in that neck of the woods. And they're like, oh, you're in Florida. Do you know Curtain Call? I'm like, yes, I know Curtain. How do you know Curtain Call? That's the question. I'm like, well, you do this big festival with them. No, I think you guys, speaking of festivals, I think that's a good plan for you guys, because nobody's having festivals in the wintertime. Get your studio work and all that done out of the way. Then, when it's nice weather out and gals are wearing bikinis and stuff, that's when you go on tour and everything. Nobody wants to be on tour in a snowstorm. That's no fun.
I like the snow.
There's always one, everybody. There's always one.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Tony will be out there. The van will be broke down. He's, changing a water pump, side of the road in the snowstorm. That sounds great. Sign me up. You'll be remembering these words, Tony. He'll do it, though. He'll do it. Get it worked out. It's
all in good fun.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, we'll definitely be doing some shows here in very early spring. We playing rehearsals now. We had a phenomenal first rehearsal just 2 weeks ago. Could have damn near walked on stage that day.
Yeah.
So,
every musician I know, that's a powerful drink, playing live. You know what I mean?
Oh, absolutely.
And they always want more. That's a good thing. That's a good thing. Folks, that's going to wrap it up for us tonight. The name of the band, Changing Tyms. Watch them. They're ones to watch. And I just love them. Fantastic. Every time they drop a single, it's great. It's fantastic. Every time. I guess you guys don't release the bad ones, if there is any. I don't think you guys make any bad ones. Must be something in the water up there. I'm pretty impressed. Very cool. Keep doing what you guys are doing because it's working real well. And you guys are always in a good mood, too. That's the thing. You guys are always a good hang. That is so important.
Life's too short to be in a bad mood.
How could we not be in a good mood hanging here? You know what I mean? You're
I'm telling you.
a fun, lively person. It's great podcast and such a support to
you
the
guys
music
are.
world.
It's cool.
It's always a good time.
And I'll tell you, folks out there, if you're not hanging out with some musicians, find some to hang out with because that's something I've known my whole life. Those are the cool kids. Those are the ones to hang out with. And if you're single, they always know the most girls. Always. Go to their parties. Anyway, on that note, have a good one, everybody. Be safe. And I get it. The world is a weird place, and we're all getting through it. You do the same. Be a good hang. How about that?
That's it.
That's the secret. We'll see everybody next time. Have a good one.
This has been pop art painter Jamie Roxx's Pop Roxx Radio Talk Show. It has been executive produced by Jamie Roxx, recorded at his studio in Deerfield Beach in South Florida. All rights reserved by Pop Roxx Limited.
Hannah Oli, Pop Roxx Radio.
Estás escuchando Jamie Roxx de Pop Roxx Radio. Manténganse al tanto.
Hej, det här är Hicks från Sverige och ni lyssnar till Pop Roxx Radio med Jamie Roxx.